I know you're a family man and everything. How important is family to you? What's your thoughts on family?
Family is very important. Like I said, my parents put their house up for collateral for me to get along. I was married throughout my education. I had a soulmate, a friend, and just a friend that was always there by my side doing what she could to help the situation. Because through all of the training, I had a daughter to feed and support, so there was no time for distractions, no time for, taking a break. I just had to go straight through in what seemed like a short while, but actually 9 years of life after high school, training, studying, and trying to pass exams to get to this point.
Yeah, so a lot of sacrifices probably made on that road.
Yeah.
A lot of sacrifices, but that just goes to show when you got a goal and you aim for it, a lot of times you need somebody else to keep you on track for it, and that's good talk. Yeah, that's good talk. It's good talk because you can only do so much by yourself.
Yeah.
You can, just depending on the road you travel.
Yeah.
And also, I wanted to ask you this: what are some of the things that you think can be done to improve the industry, the practice now? Like, what I'm trying to ask you, what are the things that you don't like about the practice?
It's not a lot about the industry I don't like.
Okay, that's good talk.
I love what I do. I love helping people. One of the things that I think hurts is the cost. It's expensive to see a dentist. But like we always say, prevention is better than the process or the disease that you can get. You can prevent it and teach prevention. When I first came to town, I was part of a group, I guess a study group, and we had a question that was asked: how or what is the degree of separation, like in my practice, how well you take care of your teeth as opposed to a kid from Nelly B. And my answer was, it's all the same. People based on their upbringing and how their parents carried them to the dentist. It all was equal to me at the time, but it's gotten a lot better. We were able to touch a lot of people. We came in contact with a lot of kids in schools. Just take care of what you got. Take care of it. Do right by it. It'll do right by you.
That's good talk. That's good talk. And also, I'm a big fan of Sanford Son. I don't know if you know about Fred Sanford. And I remember they had an episode where Fred had a toothache, and so Lamont took him to the dentist. So the whole time he was in there, first they came in, they sent in a black doctor, black dentist. But Fred didn't trust the black didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, you familiar with the episode?
No.
So he didn't trust the black didn't. So he kept trying to beat around the bush to get a white didn't. So finally, they go get a white didn't, and he started talking to him, and get the white didn't were like, okay, well, let me go get my boss. He said, I'm not trained and qualified to do this. So he had to go back and get the same black dude and brought him back. Have you ever experienced anything like that during your practice? If you're comfortable speaking on that to us, so like people of other races might kind of belittle you because of your skin color.
I've actually had people come to the office because of my name and what they hear outside of the practice. But, for example, go to Dubose.
Yeah.
He's not gonna hurt you. And they come in and see Dubose, and they turn around and go out.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So
today.
Even to today,
Even
2022, you
Yes,
still
sir.
get it. You
Still get it. But at the same time, people appreciate it. And some of them wanted to leave the office and didn't leave. And now they are lifetime patients.
One of the things I've learned in life is anytime a person stereotypes you or something like that, and when they actually take the time to get to know you and you prove their stereotype wrong, that person will love you like nobody else.
Yeah.
Once they find the real you, once they find the real you, definitely. Yeah, because I always wondered that, because when I knew I was going to sit with you, I thought that episode crossed my mind, and I just wondered, had you ever experienced anything like that?
Yeah. To add to what you're saying, you remember Grady?
Grady, his best friend,
His best friend. Well, I actually did some dental work on Grady.
Wow, that nigga like Mayo Whitfield or something like that?
Mayo.
No, wow,
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
He came up to the dental school, and he was friends with one of my instructors.
Okay.
And this instructor happened to be from California. And he chose me to actually do the work on Grady.
Wow, that's a great story. That's
Yeah.
a great story. What year it is? What time? It was after the show or during the show?
I think it was, I don't know when they stopped airing.
It was late 70s.
Late
Late
70s.
70s.
I felt a part of it, so I'm thinking they were still airing at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Also, I wanted to ask you too, for anybody out there watching that's interested in getting into the practice, what are some tips and that you would like to share with them, or just some jewels you would like to drop off on?
Yeah, well, make sure first and foremost that you want to do it, because it's a draining field. It's mentally draining and physically. And try to hang out with a dentist at his office. Watch what he does, what he goes through during the day, and just make sure it's what you want. Because it's a lot of time, education-wise, to plan it, go through it, and then you get to the end and you don't like it.
Wastes a lot of time and money.
And money.
A lot of time and money. Yeah. This kind of thing you got to kind of have a passion for also, what you think?
Yes. Definitely have to have passion. Small amount of artistic flair, and stay in the books in terms of all the science courses that you can take, because it changes. It changes because of technology and upgrades. It changes. So it's best to stay focused on being sure that's what you want to do the rest of your life.
Right. I know we spoke on your upbringing early on. If you don't mind, let's speak on your parents.
Well, I have had amazing parents. They, I remember riding in the car coming from church, and we were talking about education, and I didn't know, the process of what it took to become a doctor, or didn't know any of that. I just said, Dad, I'm gonna go all the way through school and do it in a way that that's atypical. And atypical means we didn't have money.
Right.
My father worked hard, worked till his death a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And I remember telling the reason I knew I wanted to be a doctor early on, but the reason I chose dentistry is one night my daddy got a toothache in the country
Okay.
where dentist office closed at 5 o'clock. And here it is, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Dad, it's something for a young man to see your dad in tears.
Different kind of pain that too.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, made him cry. And I called one of the local dentists in Everton, and he said, like, what you calling me for? That attitude, take it to the hospital. So I carried Daddy to the hospital. By then it's about 4 in the morning. And I watched Dad holding this, holding his jaw, crying and hurting. And the doctor came in and gave him a shot in the butt. And at the time I didn't understand how that shot back here would help this.
Right.
But that was the moment I said, I'm going to be a dentist. And my plans were to be a 24-hour dentist.
Okay.
And my plans changed somewhat, but seeing my dad go through what he went through and what I went through, watching him, definitely is the reason I chose dentistry.
Good talk. You say he just recently left us a few years ago?
Yeah, he passed right before COVID. January 1st, 2020, I think. Yeah.
You got any siblings?
I have 2 brothers.
Okay, 2 brothers. Okay. And I know over the years, you've employed plenty of people. You have plenty of people work for you and work under you. How important is it to you to teach greatness and put greatness into the people that cross your path?
I think that's important as well. Dentistry is not just pulling teeth. It's talking to people, it's getting to know people. It's seeing a person that I saw in the office. I might run into that person at Walmart. So it's a lot that goes into a dental practice. But keeping it real and keeping it on a basis where I am your dentist, but I'm your friend too.
Right.
I'm your friend too, and I try not to ever get those two things crossed or confused. I try to be me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
That's all.
That's all you can do. So let me ask you this: how does it feel when you see somebody that came up under you, when they come to you and they be like such a, you know, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have did this, or your aim helped get me going.
Yeah. Excuse me one second.
Yeah, do you think?
Turn the fan on. To answer your question, seeing young people that have come through my office, work beside me, to learn, and to see those people go all the way to graduating dental school and becoming a dentist. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. Yeah. And the thing about it is they're black.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we see, cause like I know what you were saying when you were first started. You were saying like just the point of trying to get your foot in the door, get somebody to, you know. So with you doing that, I understand that it's a good feeling to give it back because you know how it is for a person of color to try to break it to the and if you got the gate to let them in, you let them in.
Right.
It's great.
Exactly.
It's great because a lot of gatekeepers won't let you in them gates.
They won't let you in.
They'll say they'll dangle them keys in your face. They won't let you in.
And tell you the door is locked.
Yep, definitely.
That's a selfish way. And I think growing up under my parents who were total Christians, and instilling that in us as boys means the world. Yeah, means the world.
Speaking of religion, how has God been with you on your travels throughout your life?
He's everywhere. He's been there at 2, 3, 4 in the morning when I call up to him or I'm studying for a test. And dentistry, most people don't know it. But in dentistry, we have to learn medicine as well as specializing in the oral cavity.
Okay.
So if you are diabetic or you have some condition, most conditions for some reason show up in the mouth. So a lot of times we can help a patient by, saying, gosh, the gums are really bleeding today. You need to go see your doctor. Check this, check that. And that's, to me, is rewarding. I have a lab tech. And in dentistry, a lab tech is a person that actually makes the crowns, the dentures, the parts. He makes the artificial things that we put in our mouth. Well, this particular person it was time for his cleaning. Just get his teeth cleaned. It was so much blood, changing from the last time I saw him to this time. And we found out because I told him, go see your doctor. Found out he had pancreatic cancer. So it shows up a lot of illnesses and diseases.
That's good talk. That's interesting information.
In the mouth.
That's interesting information. So let me ask you this: like when you was coming up, like during your college days or when you were first getting started, what are some of the sacrifices that you made? And like, were there ever a time where you felt like the road got too hard for you to travel and you wanted to get off? And if so, what was the inspiration to keep you going, or some of the moments where you look back now and you be like, man, I can't believe I made it from that point in my life where I was at.
Yeah, a lot of that. You know, you said the road, and that road is what keeps you focused on that road. Straight and narrow. If you have a fork in the road, that's when you pray to God. Show me the right way to go. I don't know. I'm at the end. And He will point you in the right direction. Every time. Yep. But it comes with back to upbringing, how you serve Him, and how you continue to serve Him, even at this level. You know, you just give, and go. Yeah.
Good talk. So also, with you being around and doing it as long as you have, what's next for the practice? You gonna ride it till you can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride it till I can't ride anymore. And I often look at a protege, Dr. McRae.
Okay, I'm familiar with.
Who was the first black dentist in Athens.
Okay.
And I guess he's been here forever. I know I practiced for over 30 years. Dr. Matt is probably closing in on 50 years and still going strong. And
y'all got a good relationship with each other?
oh yeah.
Speak on it if you don't mind.
Yeah, we have a good relationship from patients. Now, patients will go to his office and come to me and saying this about him, and I'm sure
Vice versa.
Patients leave my office and go to his practice and say, well, Dubose is gonna do this and do that. But one thing that I'm gonna do is deal with your problem and get you out of pain. And they can take that however they want.
Right. It's good talk. Cause they left out better than they came in. But yeah, one of the reasons this sit down was really important to me because everybody got a path, everybody got a journey. Well, if you want to go in life, you could take another person's story and apply that on your road to where you're going. You know, so I just felt like a lot of people needed to hear your story. And like I told you, when I first met you, when you came and spoke to our school at Hilton, like that showed like, and this no exaggeration, like I'm not just saying this because I'm here with you, but you was one of the first black men I seen in the position of as far as like doctors, as far as profession like that. Because like I said, when they said Dr. DuBose, I was speaking to white men.
Yeah.
But when you came in, you had the aura, you controlled the room. You know, everybody was attentive to you. You know what I'm saying? You did good feedback, and this was in like 91 or 92, and that meant a lot to me. So full circle now, I can come back and I can sit down with you, man. I'm just blessed, and I appreciate you letting me capture the story and let me get this time.
Right, welcome. I wish there was more I could do.
You done more than enough.
I wish there was more that I could do for your success. But you know, if this conversation we've had today, if it touches one person or helps one person, then your journey is not done.
And it's great. It's big to me that you said that, because that's my whole purpose of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say? You want to speak on?
I know.
Any closing word?
Closing word, good day.
Good day. Good day. Good day. Man, I really enjoyed this, man.
Yes, sir.
I really enjoyed this, man. And as always, man, I'm your host, Jabrell Winfrey. You tuned into another episode of Talk Your Talk. I want to thank today's guest, Dr. Claude Dubose.
You are quite welcome, and look forward to talking to you again.
I look forward to it too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.